Okay, so here's a nice little rainbow trout. We're going to fillet. I'm going to start by cutting the two halves of the fillet out of the fish. First thing is to cut straight to the backbone behind the head. Lay the knife, turn the knife and lay it flat. The edges away from you, and then you're just working down toward the tail, sawing as you go. And you can see that we're cut pretty close to the backbone all the way along there. Okay, then we flip the fish over, do the same thing on this side. Cut down, lay the fish over. And then we basically are cutting away right along the backbone here. Okay. Now, next operation is to skin the fish. You just start by holding down a piece of the skin, going along with your fillet knife, going very flat against the cutting board. You're just trying to separate the skin from the fish meat. You notice we haven't cut out any fins, so that's the hard part here. There we go. Okay, so see, and there's really nothing, almost nothing left there at the meat on the skin. There's just very little. You don't lose too much by doing that, but it's a whole lot easier to skin a fish than to scale them sometimes. I'm going to turn the fish around this way, and we're going to look for rib bones. Don't feel any along here, okay? So you're alright. Okay, so then we're going to lay this fish over here, and we'll pick this one up and skin this one first before we proceed with the boning process. Okay, again, we're just holding down the skin with a fingernail, and then we hold the knife flat, and it's going back and forth, helping us separate the skin from the meat. Okay, restart it here. Here we go. There you go. Now you see right here, we started to almost get to the skin. It's an indicator that the knife might be just a little bit on the sharp side. Because what you want to do is be able to pull the meat off the skin without cutting through the skin. And right along here, on the tip of the knife, you want it to be sharp, because you want to be able to slide in here along the rib bones. And trim away as thin as you can. In this case here, the ribs are at a down angle, and you're trying to hold the knife flat, so you keep close to the ribs on the side underneath here. And you see we're easing away a little bit of the rib and catching a little bit of meat, but not too much. And a little rinse of water there. Okay, the rest of this looks pretty good. Cut off the one little fin there and one little fin right here. Okay. Alright, so now then, we're pretty much done except for a few extra little bones here we spotted. There's a couple along here. This is from the dorsal fin to the fish. Get that off. Looks pretty good. And we're good here. Okay, now the other part to boning the fish is that when the fish is swimming along like this, there's bones that go out horizontally, and we want to catch those and pull them out. So you might be able to see a few little hairs here of bones. I'm going to pull them out, grab them with the pliers, just grab them, pull them out 1, 2, 3 at a time maybe. And then that way when your diner's eating the fish, then they don't have to worry too much about the bones. If anything you don't feel, they'll probably find. But if you're rubbing your finger along toward the head from the tail, you don't feel these bones. When you're rubbing back toward the tail, that's when you do feel them. So then you just pull them out, rinse the fish off in the water, and you're done. So you've got maybe 15 or 20 bones, but we're pretty much, oops, here's one. Let's see that guy standing up right there. Okay. There we are. So this one's done. You do the other one the same way. You have to feel along and feel where they are, and then you just go back and pull them. No sweat. Okay, so we're gonna grab this guy. There's a couple of bones right here. And you can get them 2 at a time. The main thing is for your pliers to be the kind that's, almost surgical in grabbing. I got this pliers at, I think I ordered it at Brookstone when I was doing electronics work, to be a very super fine detailed pliers to grab very little objects, and potentially you could get away with a good tweezers, but oftentimes tweezers don't grab quite tight enough to pull the bones out of the meat. And then you want to keep the pliers rinsed off so that you don't have one bone preventing the grabbing of another one. So if you were like this with bones in there, then you wouldn't be able to grab a new bone because you couldn't close the pliers enough. So there you are. And that's all 5 of our fish.